Okay, it's 5:31. We are calling the special school board meeting to order. Roll call.
Benwin.
Carla Pennington Cross.
Andrew Franklin.
Tamika Vukovic. Next order, can we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Ben Wen,
Second.
second by Andy Franklin. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. We are going to talk. Hold on a minute. Oh, I thought this was closed session, but it's not.
Yeah, do we have any visitors?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're gonna go to second new business credit reimbursement payment. You guys all seen all right, so you've seen Ben's proposal, you've seen my proposal, and then hold on. You've seen both Ben and my proposals. We broke it down a little bit more because they asked Lindsay for the ramifications budget wise. Oh, Dan's here. We're just starting. So I will give Allison she can do a recommendation, and then we'll make a motion, and then we will discuss. And you are muted, Allison.
Yep, got it now. So the general recommendation is that the board discuss and possibly approve the credit reimbursement payment because we need that first step to happen in order to do teacher contracts.
Okay. So I am going to make a motion to move my version of the teacher contract. And then what'll happen is once my motion, if I can get a second, and then we'll discuss, and then you can either say yes or no to that one, and then we'll put Ben's up. We have to have a motion to discuss, so that's why I'm doing it this way.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, of
It
the
was a
side.
joke. I have a motion.
I meant to discuss.
Oh,
I'm
that was good. That was good. Okay.
Now
so
you
we
know
have
how to get it done. Now
Right.
you know. Just
So now it's open to discussion. We will discuss this version of the motion. And then I guess we will have to, because we need a motion to discuss. So let's discuss it first, because that's the recommendation.
Well, Allison isn't recommending implementation of either proposal, right? She's recommending that we just decide the payment.
Right, and I make the motion to take mine. So now we're discussing that, and you can say no if you want to, or you can say yes.
So it's my understanding both your proposals call for the payment, the one-time payment, right?
Yes, and that's the one thing that we agree on is the one-time payment.
So it's not a permanent addition to salary, it's a one.
No, it'd
Yes.
be permanent to their base salary
Yes.
for both.
Sorry, I misspoke.
So this is, this is why it's this way. After talking to a few teachers and talking to Lindsay and a couple of things, some of the promises that were made had to deal with our teachers believing that this credit, and I'll call it credit reimbursement because that's what it's called at the time, was a supplement to their income because they couldn't get a base pay where they wanted it to be when they were hired. Now, I think, and I have been on record saying that I don't think this is right, but I don't want to hurt anybody at this time. I don't want to take any money, and Ben doesn't want to take any money away from anybody. So what we will do is put this on their base salary. This will be this will, they'll have it forever because that's the way the system has worked for years. But at this point, this is the last, they will not get a payment in November. What they will do is this payment will be added to their base salary. And then the contracts can be adjusted to see where they are if they're getting a 2% or a 5% increase.
But they should get a payment this November.
No,
if
there's
they're
no
taking
payment in
graduate courses.
November.
Yeah, if they're taking graduate courses this summer and they
No.
complete this summer.
No.
Right, if they take new credits, you're saying,
Yeah,
Ben? If they take new credits.
They should get paid this November.
You're saying if they take new classes?
If they're taking a class now, this spring semester even, and in the summer, then they should get reimbursed in November.
This covers all those classes because
You know, it won't. It won't.
Let me finish. What I have asked is that it will cover, because if they got it approved, it will cover it. There are 2 people that are being grandfathered in, that they're gonna finish their master's programs all the way through on this program. But anybody who did not, if they didn't get it approved, then they're not getting paid because they were supposed to get it approved. And according to Lindsay, nobody was taking classes anyway.
People don't usually get it approved until like September or October.
For the previous year that they've taken,
Correct.
that's
How
not
it's
what,
worked.
that's not what Patty has said, and that's not what Lindsay has said, and those 2 people.
I'm telling you, I got my sheet signed and I turned it into Patty, and I'm pretty sure we turned it in September or October for new credits.
For classes you didn't take yet?
Yeah, so you get
Right.
paid in November.
Right.
So even if you finish, so you can't get paid for those 3 credits if you finish in December for the November deadline. So it's
Right.
possible that someone's going to come in September or October with 9 credits that they should get paid for.
It will be added to, no, wait. If their classes are finishing in May,
Yeah.
why would,
Because
They would-
you don't get it approved. Well, okay, first of all, it should get approved before, so you should get confirmation that it's approved. But you don't sign that sheet until, at least when I was there, until September or October.
but what I'm saying is there was nothing approved previous to that, except for the 2 people who they're going through the program now.
So what I'm saying is Allison might get a sheet in September or October saying, hey, I took these classes, either can you approve them? And she might say no, because maybe they're not applicable. But generally, that's when the superintendent would sign off on that.
I think you guys are saying similar things. I think what we
I don't
did is
think
we
so.
looked, Ben, and there was nobody that submitted for pre-approval to take classes this summer. So we know we're at like a clean spot. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody that's like submitted and they're gonna take new stuff. So that's why you guys have a little time to figure out what the policy is gonna look like.
Do they know that they needed to submit it now?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the general practice was, they did it in September, October.
But the general practice, if I believe correctly, is somebody trying to talk?
Yeah, I think Andy's trying to
maybe
say
Andy.
something.
Okay. Andy, you're on mute still, according to what I see. You're still on mute.
Yeah.
There you
so
go.
what's Your question.
We can't hear you, Andy.
about
It's a bad connection.
Sorry.
Maybe you can type your comments in chat.
Type your comments in the chat or something.
I think you might be driving.
Oh, there we go.
There you,
Yeah,
we
hold
heard
on.
you. No,
Well,
I
not
heard
sure
the
what the
grunt.
question is. What exactly is the question?
So the question is, well, it's not really a question. So Tamika was saying that teachers they're not going to have any payments in November. And I was saying, well, they might if they completed a spring semester course or a summer semester course, or I guess that would be an interim course. And possibly even a fall course, because you get the payout in November, but you wouldn't finish the credits until December. So if someone got those credits approved in December, then they would be expecting to get the payout this coming November.
And that is where we are cutting it off at anybody who went into the 2021, or what is it, 2021, 2022 school year. This is not a policy, this is a handbook. And we can adjust that if it does come up, we can adjust it into their payroll or their pay
Yeah.
scale.
So
But
yeah.
there will not be a payment in November for what I would like to see. There can't be a payment.
Yeah, so if we're gonna do it that way, then we just have to tell the teachers that if they took a course in the fall of 2021, or a course in the spring of 2022, or they're taking a summer course this year, they got to get it approved before they leave for the summer.
And most of that, and according to
I think it
Patty,
Yeah.
and they have done that work, but we will put it out again, but they have
Okay.
done that work and made sure everybody knew. And,
Yep.
and we have talked to Mr. Birmingham.
Okay.
All this has been given
I see
out
what-
to teachers.
I see what you're saying though, Ben, like while you're figuring out the rest of which policy, there could be people taking classes. We don't see anybody now, but we can double check, make sure people know that.
So just
Yep.
send out like a mass email to everyone saying, hey, if you took
Yeah,
classes
makes
in fall
sense.
2021, spring 2022, and you're taking a course this
Yep.
summer, let us know by
make sure your
June 15th,
forms in. Yep.
Okay.
whatever it is.
Go ahead, Danielle.
I just want to clarify because I'm confused by Ben's question, because if they have to be pre-approved, you're saying practices to get approval after the fact?
That's
Is
how
that
it,
Okay, but is
This
that,
year's our- Sorry.
so I
Danielle.
want to clarify what the district practice has been, maybe under you, Allison, if you know, or what it was before. Because I'm confused as to why, I mean, it already says pre-approval. So can you just clarify that for me?
When I would say that it's transitioned to aligning more with what it actually says. So at the beginning, I would get forms to sign, and on the form, there's a spot that says pre-approval for this class, and then there's a spot where you sign it after they're done with the class, so they get paid. I would get the form after they were done and neither spot was signed yet. But now we have 2 new people that started a program, and those are the people that Tamika is talking about. They
Okay.
turned all their stuff in ahead of time and got pre-approved for everything. So I think we're transitioning to doing it the right way.
So, because our handbook says pre-approval and
Yep.
both Ben and Tamika's policies say pre-approval.
Yep.
So can that just be how it
Yep.
is going forward?
Yeah, it should be.
That's-
But
Absolutely.
Okay.
this is not about the policy. So that, I just want to make sure, you know, this
But
is
yeah.
about the payment, and because you guys wanted to separate them, this is about,
Sure,
and I don't even like to call it a policy because it's a handbook, not a policy.
practice.
What it says in the handbook,
It's a
we will
procedure.
talk, it's a procedure, and we will talk about that at a later date. What we want to make sure is, because the procedure is going to change one way or the other. Either it's going to be Ben's procedure or my procedure. So it's going to change one way or the other. The one thing Ben and I both agree on is that we want to end it, pay these people out, grandfather the 2 people that started this program in this, and they should continue, because we shouldn't stop.
Mhm.
We could, but we're not going to. We're not that mean. We're going to let them go through their program and get their money. But that is it.
So I think we took care of the problem though, because Allison and Lindsay will email the staff and saying that if you took courses that were not approved in fall 2021, spring 2022, and summer interim, get those to us by June 15th.
And I think that is connected to what you said, Danielle, because they should have already, because they should have been pre-approved. So that's just another reminder that you need to get pre-approval as well.
Well, perhaps that's a good time, right, to just
Yep.
put that blanket going forward. This is that we will be following the procedure laid out.
Because yeah, before I just told them what I did, and then they signed off on it.
Yeah, I saw some of those at the beginning, Ben. I hear what you're
Can I
saying.
ask a quick question? Which is, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an issue, and I don't want to add anything to it because no reason to bog it all down, but there's got to be something in the handbook that says any disputes, or can be raised to the board if not amicable. In other words, if person A, didn't get pre-approved and thought that they were going to get reimbursed and didn't, and thought that they were getting something, and they would have a right to, in essence, bring it to Allison and say, hey, and Allison would say, hey, you're right, or sorry, you're out of it. And then after that, it would go to us.
And I don't think it even has to go to us because
There's
right now,
something in the handbook.
is he talking still?
No.
I'm sorry. Is he? I don't know if he's
Yeah,
talking. or
you're
not.
cutting out though, Andy.
Andy?
Sorry, I put myself on mute. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm listening.
No, keep talking. I thought you were cut off.
No. I just stopped for once.
Okay. I think that, and I recognize both Carla and Danielle with their hands up again, but what I want to say is this is something that we are approving. And I think if they come to Allison and say this, we know what the ramifications of it is. Ben has laid it out completely, saying that we are paying anybody who is in class from 2021 through the end of summer 2021 to the end of summer 2022 should get paid. And I think we can do adjustments with that. And it doesn't need to go to the board because we are saying that we want to pay them out, and Lindsay just can do that because they have been pre-approved or they were approved of it. So I think that is something that we can just give to her. We're doing that work already. And and why have it be a real big hassle when we already know what it's going to look like? Maybe she can give us an update and say these 2 or 3 people or this one person had it and this is how much it's going to cost, so we at least know. But I don't think it's going to be a significant amount in any shape or form in this. And then we will work on the actual policy or the handbook procedure,
Language, yep.
hopefully in policy meeting this coming up, next policy meeting, whenever that is.
Okay.
Is there, Carla, I'm sorry, go ahead. You're muted, hon.
Yeah, you just said what I wanted to say, which is I just, because I have 11 minutes left.
Okay.
It sounds like I certainly don't want to vote on either policy today or procedure as you guys have written it. So, but that's the motion you made so we could have this discussion. I understand the basis for Allison's ask. It's the one thing you both agree upon. So all we really need to decide today is whether we can all agree that we're going to get rid of the annual payments. Those annual payments that have currently been cycling are going to be rolled into base salaries for each of those employees. And then later policy committee is going to come back.
Right. That is what that's
Done.
what
I'm in.
Now I have to, if we need to readjust, because that is what my motion was supposed to say. If it didn't sound like it, I want to try to withdraw my motion and do it again. So who seconded my motion? Was that Andy?
Andy.
Andy, I would like to withdraw.
I will withdraw my second and leave
Okay,
your
so
motion.
I'm gonna try this again, because I'm gonna try this again. I make a motion to approve the credit reimbursement payouts for all staff that are currently taking classes. This will be added to their base salary. And that will be the end of this credit reimbursement payment.
Okay.
Payment. I'm only talking about payment. I'm not talking about practice because
But I think
technically we don't have
But you
another
said
practice.
you said people who are currently taking courses.
Yes, so it's anybody who is currently taking courses and anybody who is supposed to get a payment.
Right. So they could be not taking courses, but they
Right,
had
but they
payment.
still might be
Yep.
getting a payment.
Yep.
So can we change the motion a little bit to say every teacher currently getting credit payment
Mhm.
that payment gets added to their base salary, including credits from 2021, fall of 2021, spring of 2022, and summer interim of 2022.
So I don't like the teacher because there are staff that are on there that are not teachers. So just
Oh,
say staff.
Staff.
Okay. I think that's clear though.
Someone's gonna have to
We
sign.
want to say pending payments, and just say, look, anyone who has payments pending for current or forthcoming work. I mean,
No,
I think
'cause it's not forthcoming work if they're already signed up for these classes, and they're doing it. It's from, he already put
Right.
in August, fall of 2021 through the summer of 2022.
And we're
currently
basing this,
registered.
sorry.
No, currently registered.
Yeah, sure. Currently registered for summer 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is based on the $65 per credit.
Correct.
Whatever, yes,
Okay. Crystal clear.
yeah. So let's try it again,
Okay, you
It
want me to
has to
take a
be
stab
clear.
at it?
if you would
I'm
like.
looking at Allison's recommendation. Okay, here's. I move that. God, it's hard to do without writing it down and editing it, isn't it?
It-
That we approve the superintendent's recommendation that credit reimbursement amounts currently being paid yearly each November be added to the base salary for each of those employees, number one. Two, the yearly credit reimbursement payments for those staff members will end. And three, reimbursements that would have been made to employees taking courses during 2021 fall, spring 2022, and summer 2023 be treated the
2022.
same way. 22 be treated the same way.
That was good.
Yes, second,
Nailed it, Carla.
second.
Please make sure that you send that text to someone to write it
I
down
will
in the
second.
minutes.
I will
We
second.
have it, it's recorded. She will hear it.
I didn't write it
Um,
down.
Lovely.
Second.
I already second.
Oh,
Third,
So all in favor?
I
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? 5-0, motion passes. Let's see, what's the next thing? There's something else, isn't there?
Masking policy for 8th grade graduation.
Okay, masking policy for 8th grade graduation. What is your recommendation, Miss?
So my
Rice?
recommendation would be that we remain mask optional for the 8th grade promotion ceremony. I'll just leave it at that and then we can talk.
I move that we leave mask optional for the 8th grade graduation ceremony.
second.
Second.
Do we need to discuss?
yeah, I just want to understand where the rates are.
Sure. So the couple reasons for the rationale. No other North Shore or Ozaki County School District is going masks for graduation. So that was done with the straw poll of superintendents. And in the month of the last case we have had for a student was May 27th. The last case we have had for a staff member was also May 27th. For the entire month of May, we've had 6 cases at Parkway, 9 cases at Glen Hills, and 10 staff members. And that's for the entire month of May. So this week so far, we've had no cases.
10 staff members. Wow.
Yeah, we had a little cluster there.
Any other questions?
Yep.
I'll just share, just for what it's worth. I found every extremely risk averse person I could that I know and asked them what they would want. And almost everyone is saying, let's just go mask optional. Nearly everyone has been infected or vaccinated, and you've got the streaming option, right?
Yep.
And so, yeah, I'm not hearing a strong will to mask.
Okay, I called a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 5-1 motion, or 5-0 motion passes. Next, is there another thing on here?
Visitor.
Visitor participation. We don't have any visitors, so we're going to skip that. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Shortest meeting
So
ever.
moved.
Discussion.
You don't have to have discussion on adjournment. Matter of fact, you don't even need a second on the adjournment. So I'm gonna ignore him and say all in favor.
Aye.
Hi. Tamika, are you
Abstain.
coming over to the
Yes, I
advisory
am.
council? I'll see you here then.
All right, thank you, everybody. And I'm going to try to turn this off and send this to Al. We are getting better at taking care of business, even though we're getting through there. It's because of Andy's guidance that he has shown me the way.
Yes, it is.
See you guys later. We'll give you an update
Later. Right.
on
Bye,
how
guys.
tonight goes.